Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the All Sports Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Lachlan Turner.
And I'm the other co-host of today's episode, Liam McDonald.
And don't forget, the links to our socials will be in the description down below, so be sure to check them out. And we hope you enjoy listening to us talk. How was your weekend? We'll start off with that. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was all right, I guess. C grade train got a win, so it's all
Oh, that's not bad. So,
stopping all
and you guys were
stations on the way to finals week 1, baby.
and you guys were a lock for finals anyway, weren't you?
Yep, but we have a home final now. We locked that in.
Oh, so you've locked that in, and you have how many home and away games do you have left? One?
No, that was the last game.
Oh,
We have
okay.
finals next week.
And other than that, it was all right.
Yeah.
Oh well, look, personally, I'm all right. But
How was your weekend? There you go.
Oh, unfortunately, the guys kind of need to the result didn't pan the way. Look, they were in a bit of early strife early on because we were 3 for 32 or 6 at it was like 3 for 32, I think, at the start of the day, getting to 180, and unfortunately they got bowled out for 83. Which obviously that hurts. But they had to go in bat again, and the thought process I had for them was, get score runs as quickly as possible, and that's the way they started. They scored, I think, 8 off the first over of their second innings, but they kind of went off because they declared 7 for 57, which set a target for us for about 152, 153. But unfortunately, with the weather and whatnot, just we had a bit of a rain delay, and unfortunately lost by 30 runs, so ended up losing on the first innings. So,
ouch,
kind of hurts. So now they need to beat Noble Park to fully cement the final spot. But and that's at Noble Park, and and apparently the ground out there is very, very good, one of the best outfields. That's what I've been told.
So it'll be slow and horrible for next week then.
Well, see, their bowling is really good. Like, our bowling is really, really good. So I've got confidence that if they bowl obviously to their plans, they might bowl them out cheaply, but if they don't, then it'll make an interesting. Well, it depends on what happens first. If we bat first, they got to make sure that they make a score that they can defend. But look, they've been able to defend scores of like 180 odd. So if they can get that and defend that, I'm pretty confident that they can do that. So, but that was that. So, and obviously the women, they didn't have a final, but I did see that the team that had the home prelim got bowled out for 78 against Melbourne. So in the Premier Cricket for the women's, it's going to be a AMP, so Essendon Maribyrnong Park versus Melbourne. So I'll probably tune in. When I say tune in, I'll watch my live stream next week. That game starts at 10:30, so I've got to remember that. Not 11, it's 10:30. So
you'll forget. Guarantee it.
I kind of forgot today that forgot that the final started at 10:30 because I was looking at the score at 1:00 and I saw, how's the game almost done? It didn't help the fact that the home side got bowled.
Someone got rolled.
Yeah, which no, that really shocked me. So, well, I suppose, where do we start? Before I get talking to what Brodie Grundy had said and grill him about that, the Women's World Cup T20 finals on tonight.
Australia versus South Africa.
Now, I think, while Australia go in, I would say, as the favourites. I'm pretty sure they won the previous T20 World Cup. So
that was in Australia, wasn't it?
It was, yes. So, I would have to say, they made it after all the talk that I think it was, I don't know if it was the Indian captain or Indian keeper saying that, we know that, this, and it's like, you probably, the confidence is good. The confidence is good, but saying it at a press conference in this day and age, that's probably not a
Recipe for disaster.
it's a bit of not a bit of a smart move. And well, a defining moment of that match was a couple of things. Well, Australia made a all right total, 170 odd or something, but it was a bit of fielding by one of Elise Perry saved a boundary, which that proved really vital because Australia won by I think 5 runs in the end.
They got very close. I saw that.
The Indian, one of the Indian batsmen who was set looked like she was going to
Get
win
them
the
home.
game for them. Got run out because her back got stuck in the pitch,
Oh no.
which is heartbreaking. But the other thing, Darcy Brown, while other bowlers were going at 7 and over, she only went at like 4 or 5 and over, and bowled really tight late in the innings. So she came up clutch. Look, I'd have to say, yeah, I think Australia would have to win. I think they got too many stars. I mean, and it's not just your Lanning, Healy, Perry, but the bowlers, Brown, Shoot, McGrath.
Team effort, all around team effort.
It's an all-round team effort. But I think what kind of separates, I think, Australia, the Australian women's from like the other side, the ones that are called upon at international level, they do their job and they do it well. And it's like, it's so hard to drop them, but players that are better get the nod, unfortunately. So, yeah, and obviously that's tonight. A bit too late though to stay up and watch it. So
I mean, I'm sure if you didn't have anything on, you'd probably find time.
yeah, well, look, if I didn't have to be anywhere tomorrow, I would probably wake up early enough to actually watch the last bit of it. But fortunately, that can't happen. And then I saw in the WNCL, so the one day.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see the result for that game? And did you hear
Yes,
about what happened in the last over?
That was a ridiculous finish. Winning by 1 run, taking 5 wickets in the last over.
Yeah. Hold on. Bring up the
one was a run out. I know that.
The ball by ball for the last over.
I'm pretty sure it went wicket 1, and then the rest were wickets.
So yeah, wicket. So bowled and then single.
Yep.
Stumped, run out, LBW, run out.
Yeah, honestly, that bowler would probably not have to. Well, she'd be wanting to. Well, she'd be expecting her teammates to buy a few drinks, I would assume, because that is probably the most clutch over that I can remember. Well, at domestic level, probably. But then obviously we saw the Vic men's, obviously led by Marcus Harris, get absolutely destroyed by South Australia. And they needed to win that in order to go into the one-day cup final. And they got bowled out for 137.
Of course they did.
And
wouldn't have it any other way, mate.
Exactly right. So that's I mean that's a bit disappointing for domestically, and then obviously with do we really need to go into all the drama at Australia? I mean, Cummins. I mean, unfortunate circumstances for him.
But yeah, now he's because I thought he was going to be back for the 3rd test, but no, he's not.
I don't think he'll be back for the 3rd or 4th test. His mother is pretty ill. So that's unfortunate. Obviously, David Warner went home. Honestly,
Agar got sent home.
Renshaw went home.
Swepson's coming back though.
I don't think he gets in over Kuhneman. Kuhneman showed a lot. He's shown more in one test match than Swepson did when he got ended his debut, or in the matches that he's played. I'm sorry, but that's. Although then again, though, when you look,
he bowled all right in Sri Lanka, didn't he? We had a tour to Sri Lanka last year.
Yeah.
Or was it Bangladesh?
No, it was Sri Lanka.
But yeah, he bowled all right then.
Yeah, no, he did. But I mean, I just think Kuhneman, he looked a lot better early. But I mean, I suppose it didn't help Swepson that he was when he first came into the arena, he was bowling on roads. So in Pakistan,
Yeah, they weren't even dust bowls; they were just roads.
perfect batting conditions. But and I don't think, but I think look, the one question that's going to come out of this is like, well, will Dave want to get back into the side? I don't. Now that he's not there, it is very hard to see him.
The selectors are going to try find a way to get him back in.
But you know what? You know who I reckon they'll drop? They'll drop Peter Handscomb.
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
not
going to
sure
anger a
Peter
lot of
Hanson's going to
people.
last much past India.
That's going to anger a lot of people because Hanscom has probably.
He's been our best bat this series.
I was going to say, oh, yeah. Okay,
No,
yeah,
there's no probably. He has been our best
No,
bat.
okay, no, I do agree. I agree with that. He's looked a lot more comfortable. He's looked the most comfortable batsman out of anybody. And well, for them to drop him, when let's be honest, he probably adds a lot more in the field than what say probably Steve Smith would. Let's be honest, like Hanscom is a better fielder than Smith.
That's not to say Smith is a pretty good fielder. He's just in a bit of a form slump in the field
in the
at the
fields,
moment.
yeah. And then the other thing is, well, I mean, Camp Green will come back. Obviously, he'll be back for the third test. How will he go? Because let's make one thing clear. I know Australia don't play spin particularly well as a, just as a generalisation, but the WA guys are the worst players of spin. Marsh isn't the best. Stoinis definitely isn't.
Honestly, Cam Green can't do much worse than what we already had playing.
That's a fair point. I think, though, they've obviously missed Stark a lot more than what they realised.
Well, I think Stark's going to play the third test, I imagine, and he's probably going to. Him and Green are probably going to be the quicks.
Fair enough, but then although they might not, they might roll with a couple of part-time spinners because I don't think Todd Murphy's going to be able to play the third test. Apparently, he got injured in the second. He got sore.
So do you reckon? So do you reckon they bring in Scott Boland, or do they? So
Honestly,
what? Scott
I
Boland,
have no clue.
Wild Thing, or Swepson?
Honestly, you'd be wanting to go the Wild Thing because, I mean,
Or do they play an extra bat and just go Green,
I wouldn't risk
Stark,
it.
two spinners, and then part timers?
I wouldn't risk that. It's India. Like, they bat particularly well in India, obviously. Honestly, I'd go probably the Wild Thing. I mean, he'd be able to intimidate the batsman. He might be a bit inaccurate early. Obviously, Coley might go, "Ooh, okay," but he might be able to. He might still be able to have that pace. I mean, if he bowls 150 clicks consistently, then I don't see him not getting much out of the pitch. I mean, look, if it does, and the pitch doesn't bounce, and he goes to bowl a bouncer, well, how do you reckon the batsmen are going to play? They're going to shit themselves.
They're going to try and duck, and it's just going to hit them.
It's gonna hit them in the fucking helmet. No, that's the thing. Oh, actually, no, because their batsmen aren't really that tall. But I mean, I'll be curious to see the selection process for that. I mean, I think head as an opener.
They're gonna do it again. They probably shouldn't, but they're
They'll
gonna
roll
put
with
him
it.
up there.
That's the opening pair, I reckon, for the next year and depending on how long they let Khawaja play. Head and Khawaja, which means that Warner, he cannot bat anywhere else other than opening. And if he can't open, well, then he doesn't get back in the side. I'm sorry. That's just because, let's be honest, he's not going to earn his spot back for the Ashes because
there's no cricket to play. Like there's short form cricket, but there's no cricket
longer
to
form.
play
And here's the
before then.
thing. He said he scored a double century a couple of weeks ago. That's all well and good. But if you take that out, you take that double
He's done
century out,
nothing outside of that double century.
exactly right. His average the last 12, 18 months is 26 for an opener. You're pretty much that, which is almost, that's on par with Marcus Harris's test career. And
Yeah.
if you're down that, and if you're that down that way, then
Sorry, buddy.
you're gone. I'm sorry. And that, I mean, look, yeah, I'll be definitely very curious to see how that goes. Yeah, let's move on to, there's something I want to bring up, something to do with football, something to do with Brody Grundy. Now, he made mention that when he signed that contract, blah, 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 and he's like, it's all fucked, he was fucked. But it's like, now, hang on a fucking minute, mate. He was the one demanding all this fucking money, right? He was the one that demanded a certain amount of money or he was going to fucking walk. Do you not remember that?
No, not really. I remember that he got I'm pretty sure that it took a long time into the season for that contract to get
because he
signed.
wanted a certain amount of money and Collingwood could not do it. They weren't willing to do it. And then he's like, I'll leave. Like all the talk was he was going to go to Adelaide. And Collingwood gave him the money. And of course, what the fuck happened? It fucked them up salary cap wise. It meant that they had to ship off Treloar and they had to ship off Grundy. And now he's in the shits with them. It's like you were the literal reason why Collingwood got themselves into a cap hellhole. Is that unfair to say?
No, not at all.
Because straight after that contract, which was what? When did he sign that? 2019?
But yeah, did he even play a good season once he got that contract? Or was he always injured after that?
He was just playing subpar. He didn't play at the level that he played at in like the 2018. Like 2018 prelim was probably the last elite game that he played. And then the grand final, well, I mean, do we really need to make mention of what he did in the grand final? He wasn't there. So
was he even playing?
He did, but he got fucked over by Nathan Vardy. He got fucked over by a journeyman footballer who only was in the side because of an injury to West Coast #1 ruckman.
Mr. Always Injured.
Yeah, Mr. Nickname. So that's, I mean, look, what's your opinion on him? Like, does he sound like he's just a bit like salty with that? Like, or do you reckon it's just a bit of tough love? You brought this on yourself.
So wait, so he's upset with Collingwood because they gave him the money?
Well, he thought he was going to be a pie for life because he signed that big contract. And then when they had to trade him, he's like, well, it's just, it fucked with him.
Oh, so he's upset that he got moved on. But he wasn't playing up to the contract, so they had to do what they had to do. It's like, shit happens.
But it's also like he got them in that salary cap hellhole.
Yeah, and then he didn't play well enough. See, everyone loves a one club player and having one club players, but they actually have to be good enough to be one club players as well.
Not only that, they have to do the things that allow them to be the one club player, like not taking all the fucking money. That's we see with other sports, right? Because look, the AFL salary cap, and I'll get to what a player manager said because I think it's fucking ridiculous. Because it really, all he said was, I'll get to it soon. You see other sports, right? Other teams can restructure their star players' contracts and, they get a bit of salary cap back because they restructure the contract. But the AFL players, they're not willing to do that. It's either them or the manager. And I'm going to probably say it's a bit of both. That's what I think. I think it's a bit of both.
Aren't there footballers? I'm pretty sure there are footballers that have
Patrick Cripps took a pay cut. I do recall him taking one.
But I assume because Are you talking like NFL where they restructure?
NFL, but well, I'm pretty
But
sure the NBA
it's
have done it
more exception than the rule in AFL, whereas in NFL, that's just what they do.
to keep themselves under the salary cap. But and then so going on to what the player manager said, he's like player managers like the best players should be getting paid $2 to $3 million a year. It's like, yeah, hang on a fucking minute.
With
Can you
what money?
imagine? Can you imagine a $3 million AFL player? You can't tell me with, and you look at the guys that get paid an excessive amount. You can't tell me that they put in the same effort they did prior to getting that load.
You can say that about every athlete on the planet. Athletes are at their best in a contract year.
Jake Stringer, good example.
Brody Grundy.
Good example. But I think that's a ridiculous call because it benefits the player manager. I don't know in what way, but that's what I heard. Like it benefits.
Well, because player managers would get a cut out of whatever contract they negotiate, and I imagine 3% of 3 million is a lot larger than 3% of 500K.
That's exactly right. But there is not unless the AFL just starts bringing in a shit ton of revenue and they can increase the salary cap from like that. I'd understand, okay, we can start paying players this much, but until that,
we have a bunch of clubs that can't pay like the salary cap and the department cap or whatever. There's clubs that can't pay that off what they make anyway. So
St.
how
Kilda's
can you go
St.
about
Kilda's a very
increasing the
good
salary
example
cap?
of that. St. Kilda's a really good example. Like I'm pretty sure when the AFL released their thing, like of club fund, like AFL fundings to the clubs, St Kilda and who was another one that was up there? I know Brisbane
Gold
was up
Coast,
there.
Brisbane, Giants. I think it was like Gold Coast, Brisbane, the Giants, and then
St Kilda.
There are a couple Victorian teams up there, but
St Kilda. I'm pretty sure the Bulldogs are up there. And then when you look down the bottom, there was a lot of powerhouse Vic clubs. Essendon, Hawthorn.
The Western Australia teams are also up there in terms of like not getting payments from the AFL.
That probably tells you that they probably they get a lot of money. But that could yeah, like that's an interest. That's a different kettle of fish. In 5 years' time, I'll be interested to see kind of how that will all work because
honestly, I reckon when they introduce the Tasmania team, that team will be self-sufficient before Brisbane, Gold Coast, and the Giants will be, because Tasmania is a football state.
Exactly. Whereas Brisbane, you're competing with rugby.
Yeah, Queensland's definitely a rugby state. New South Wales is definitely a rugby state.
And mind you, well, they also get it. Well, cricketing state as well in New South Wales. Let's not forget, a lot of the great Australian cricketers have come from New South Wales and a few from Queensland.
The entire bowling attack going into the summer was New South Wales. Well, until they started injuring themselves, but
exactly. So, but yeah, I'll be interested to see kind of how that kind of works. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about with the AFL is that how long can we use the word, and it's going to depend on the position for the player, but how long can we use the word potential on a player? For me, these would be my positional kind of things, right?
I assume the position with the most leeway is key forward.
Ruckman. I'd say if they haven't really shown much by the age of 25, you've got to move off.
That's so what? That's saying they're drafted at 18, that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Well, that's if you develop them right. And
it's like 6 years, 7 years. Yeah,
that's how long it takes some ruckman to finally dominate, though. Key Backman, I'm sorry, but because of how easy Key Backman get it now, where they can just roll off their man and just fucking play loose, I'd say probably 23, 24. It's 23.
It took Harris Andrews a while to get there.
Actually, no, even better. I could probably say 22. If you are a key defender and you haven't started hitting your straps, you better get fucking prepared to get replaced. Because, like, key
It's a very
defenders,
high pressure position.
but it's also one of the easiest now. Like, one on one, the AFL say that they want one on one, but you watch a game of football now, you can't tell me it's one on one fucking football.
That's not the AFL's fault. That's coaches.
But that's also with the rule changes that they've introduced. Fucking standing, like, of course. What are you going to cop? You're going to cop midfielders rolling back and fucking defenders just rolling back, just running loose. Midfielders 22. Like, midfielders are 22.
There's so many midfielders that, like, if you haven't shown something in 2 years, they have like 5 other guys they can stick in there instead.
Key forwards, I'm going to have to go 24. Some, obviously, the very elite forwards like Cameron showed a lot early.
Well, but Cameron's an exception because he was in a team of young guys, so like they could just play him every week. Like if you go to like the Bulldogs with Ugle Hagen, they couldn't just play him every week because they actually
Well,
had
actually, no, at the time, he
team.
would have gotten a game early for the Dogs when you think about it. If you had have gone and looked at the Dogs forwards, I actually can't name one of the Dogs key forwards back then. Like,
Yeah, but also back then you were saying that it was a good thing they didn't give him a game because he had to earn it.
yeah, look, I feel like players, they need to earn it. Like, here's the story. So, Hawthorn had a thing, right, where they had like a rule for every player. They had to play 40 to 50 reserve games before they got the nod to go up to the seniors. Michael Tuck, he played about 60 reserve games before he got his first
I
senior
think he
game.
went on and played 400 AFL games of VFL.
Exactly. So
Imagine how many games he would have got if they stuck him in straight away.
he would have gotten close to 500.
Yikes.
So, but like the word potential, I feel like people overuse that for certain players.
Well, that's the thing. When you think about the career of most AFL players, most of their careers are over by their mid-20s. There's not very many that make it to late 20s.
Early 30s, mid 30s.
So a lot of guys get filtered out of the AFL system with potential left unrealized.
Or they're just shit.
Yeah, potential unrealized because they're shit because they never got to the level they could have got to.
But that also could come down to development coaches.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of reasons why guys don't get to where they could have got.
Injuries, development, character issues.
Off-field decision making.
I won't go there yet. But, like, for example, and this is a bit of a spoiler for players under pressure, right? I'm gonna go with one from the Bombers because obviously this rings up. Harris.
Wait, are we doing that today? Or are we doing that when we do the other thing?
Yeah, when we do the other thing. Harris Andrews. Oh, Harry Andrews, sorry. What the fuck?
I was going to say,
no, Harry Andrews, Harry Jones, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, talking Essendon there, you're having a go at Harris Andrews. Like, hold on, he's a Brisbane player through and through, mate. You're not poaching him.
Look, I corrected myself. I apologise. But Harry Jones, there you go. I said it properly. He's going to be 23. If he doesn't show...
Has he been on Essendon's list that long?
Sorry?
Has he been?
He's been on the list since 2020. He was there the whole first year with a foot injury.
Oh, okay.
So if he doesn't start showing shit, I'm sorry, but see ya.
Wasn't he showing signs last year? You were impressed with him.
He got dropped
last year, weren't you?
He got dropped.
Oh, but before he got dropped,
he was getting the ball like 4 times a game, 5, 7 times a game.
Was he kicking goals though?
1 a game, but that's not enough. Like, his second year, he showed a bit before he got injured, and then he just Like if he doesn't show shit, then I'm sorry, but you're gone.
So
Same with
he,
Draper. Sorry.
yeah.
Same with Draper. He's 25. For people saying that he's in a like an elite ruckman yet, he's not. He averages fucking 19 hit outs a game. Oh, sorry, just under 30 and averages less than 10 possessions a game. And fucking less than a third of those hit outs go to less than less than a third. So I reckon out of the 27 hit outs, probably 3, 4, 5 of them go to fucking teammates.
So this is his sink or swim season, is it?
He's 25. I'm sorry, but if he doesn't fucking actually, become like an extra midfielder around the ground, because let's be honest, that's the modern day ruckman. An extra midfielder. He is not an extra midfielder at the moment.
How many of them actually act like extra midfielders, though?
Tim English.
Oh,
English.
Brody Grundy, when he was good, used to.
Yeah. Blitzar's played in the ruck.
Blitzer plays everywhere.
I mean, but he mainly played in the ruck. Wits.
No, yeah.
So that's what, 4? 5 would be I don't know who Hawthorn's main ruckman is yet, so we can't. Another one when he was in the side, Riley O'Brien.
Adelaide.
Yep. Sean Darcy.
Freo.
Yep. That's 6.
So that's a third of them.
At the moment, that's a third of them. There's still a few more.
But they're also all really good ones as well.
I mean, Toby Nankervis acts like a bit of an extra midfielder when you think about it.
An extra midfielder in that, he just takes out one of their midfielders, so it doesn't really.
No, but he can get the ball. Rowan Marshall, there's 8. Tom Hickey, 9. Max Gawn. Todd Goldstein.
Todd Goldstein does get around the ground, but is he really an extra midfielder?
He gets the ball close to 15, 16, 17 times a game. That is a
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Port Adelaide's ruckman?
That is a good question.
I'm pretty sure it's Lysette, but he was injured for fucking half the.
I'll see what Google says.
Oh, he was the other ruckman that what's his name, got fucked over by.
Yeah, Grundy.
Yeah, in the grand final.
Sam Hayes apparently played ruck for him last year because Lysette was injured.
Okay, well, no, he's not an extra midfielder. So that's 11 out of the 18. 11 of the 18 ruckmen were essentially second mids. So, just another mid. Draper's not that. If he doesn't do that this year, I'm giving Nick Bryan the fucking reins, because I'm just sick and tired of watching him. Okay, yeah, look, he's aggressive and I like it, but he's not the extra midfielder that the modern day ruckman is.
Wait, did he win goal of the year getting a center clearance, running, galloping?
Yeah, but he doesn't get enough of the ball consistently. Like fucking 10 times a game is fucking shit. If he gets 15, I know it's only 5 more disposals, but fuck, that makes more of a difference. Well, you'd hope. And
so wait, who would you much rather have, Oscar McInerney or Sam Draper?
I'd say Draper, because he's a lot more aggressive.
I don't know. Have you seen Oscar McInerney getting involved in the jumper punch melees?
But yeah, but I think, and plus, I think, Draper has a better leap than what McInerney does.
McInerney starts a foot higher than him. He doesn't have to jump.
But when you need to hit the ball to your teammates, I mean,
he's so tall it doesn't matter, mate.
No, I think you're mixing him up with Mason Cox.
No, I'm talking about the big O, mate.
He is not a number one ruckman,
He's Brisbane's number one ruckman.
and that's going to let you down. You're going to
Well,
realize.
actually, yeah, no, he's number one. Darcy Fort is sometimes in the team. Depends on who's injured in the forward line.
Oh, he's injured. Yeah, all right. Darcy Fort, you're in. Oh, what? What happened? Oh, someone got injured. Do you want me to play ruck? Oh, yeah. We'll send you in the ruck. Gets 20 hit-outs, kicks 3 straight, and gets 20 possessions. Oh, yes. Oh, 20. That's a bit much. He gets 9. Yeah, sorry, mate. You're gonna have to go back down to the 2s. What the fuck? I was one of your best players. What are you doing to me, man? Well,
Hey,
I mean,
at least unlike Geelong, we actually give him games occasionally.
what? Just say your forward line looks that much accurate.
Yeah, finally someone who can kick straight down there.
Well, I mean, from what you were saying, you said that Eric Hipple was giving you fucking headaches just by watching him kick.
No comment.
Like, how bad were some of his misses? Okay, well, let me rephrase that question. How many points did he kick?
What on the scrimmage thing they did?
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched the first quarter, and wait, did I say he missed one? I don't really remember a whole lot of what
You
happened.
said that mentioned something about Eric Hipwood's kicking. So
Yeah, no. I think he missed one.
was it a
Yeah, he missed one 35 slide angle, I think.
were you closing your eyes like, please?
I think he did. I don't really remember. I know Sydney kicked the first one, then Gunston got a free kick downfield, so he got a shot from the top of the goal square.
Oh, fucking course. You know what? They're gonna be the pets this year because they got the best list. Oh, sorry, the best 20, the best 22. There you go. I finally got that. I finally spat it out. So, and they're going to be one of the sides that are going to be under so much pressure this year.
Pressure makes diamonds, mate. Pressure makes diamonds.
Oh no, man! Have you seen the way Charlie Cameron handles pressure? How Lockie Neal handles pressure? Doesn't do with it too well. Or when
Hey, we've got Dunkley now. It doesn't matter if Lockie Neals gets tagged.
What about when Harris Andrews has to babysit your mate's fucking who's your mate? I can't remember his name. Who is it?
It doesn't matter.
No, what's his name? I will fucking find out now. You better tell me his name. Jack Pryor, that's it.
No, not Jackson Pryor. Jackson Pryor's a midfielder, you idiot.
Fuck off. Oh, Payne, sorry, it's Payne. When he has to babysit Jack Payne, tell him where to go, where to stand. You may as well feed him with a fucking bottle.
He doesn't tell him where to go. He just leaves his man to go and spoil the contest that Jack Payne's man's in. With Jack Payne already there.
Obviously, Jack Payne must be a very good one-on-one defender if it means Harris Andrews has to come around.
Honestly, Jack Payne's actually not that bad as a one-on-one defender. It's just the fact that Harris Andrews doesn't let him out of his sight.
Sorry, he's technically babysitting him. Oh, that's a fucking... You know what? Speaking of babysitting, that was kind of what my whole year at Berwick Spring was. I got babysat by my whole fucking team because I was the youngest one. I was a 15-year-old kid running around with 16, 17-year-olds, and any time a player went to lay their hands on me, they got about 5 fucking threats by teammates. Don't lay a finger on him. And, I could have gotten away with so much sledging, but it's like I kept my mouth shut. That's probably the one thing I regret.
That was the one time you're actually smart.
It's the one time I was like, I think back now and I go, I really wish I had said a few more things. Use my mouth a bit more, being like, what are you going to fucking do? Hit me. Go on, I dare you. You won't wake up on the ground. You'll be waking up in a fucking hospital bed.
It's a miracle half your team you didn't get robbed out then.
Oh, well, as I said, when my teammates were in a bit of strife, when that big brawl broke out against Berwick, I walked the other way when I saw my teammate get tagged by 11 players.
Freaking young people.
I know, right? Just a 15-year-old kid who didn't want to get his head smashed in. And then some guy, I'm pretty sure I said, some guy tried to go have a go at me. And I just pointed to the scoreboard and say, yeah, eat that, mate. And he didn't take that too kindly.
No, really. In my experience, when someone's trying to get at you and you point at the scoreboard, that doesn't do anything but
Really? I
inflame the
thought that would have
situation.
just calmed things down a bit.
Then what you? Okay, now you've gone back to being dumb.
But yeah, and I also did go through a few periods where I didn't get the ball like, at all in a game, and it was
As things should be.
oh no. See, here's the thing: our team was very inaccurate, but I was the most accurate goal kicker for our team.
So you were the Darcy Ford of your team, the most accurate guy who barely gets the fucking ball.
Pretty much, I think it's quite fucking sad that I know the exact percentage of my goal accuracy that year. It was 75%, which was the best on the team.
Three or
Had
four?
more than 10. Sorry?
3 goals from 4 shots.
I kicked 9 goals, 3
Yeah.
for the season. Although a couple of my misses were really, or one of them, we're playing Dufton, and you might know how their side's generally known as really fucking tough. So when they tackle you, they try to like put you on your fucking
Kill ya.
head. So I remember just picking the ball up and snapping it very quickly, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to get fucking spear tackled or put on my head. So I just picked it up, snapped it, and hoped for the best, and missed. Another one.
The best did not happen.
Yeah, the best did not happen. I kicked a goal earlier though, or actually no, just after that. So I made up for it. Just a easy goal, top of the score. I took a mark. And yeah. My second one, which one was that? That would have been the Berwick one. I remember my teammate handballed it to me, and I was running in towards goal, and I remember I was probably about 10 out, probably slightly shameful. And I remember as soon as I kicked it, I'm like, I did not hit this well, and it hit the post, and I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ. I was like, and I remember I got a few laughs though. Like I remember, yeah, ran in, and I'm like, I didn't connect well with this at all. And I remember just watching it swing away, hit the post, and I'm like, fuck. We won the game. We beat Berwick at their ground, so it didn't matter. And then the last point that I kicked was the game where it was like 5 degrees and pissing down against Cranbourne. I was at the back as a smart small forward would do at the time in wet conditions.
Cheap.
And I remember my teammate was fucking laughing. It was either at that mark or the other one, because it was like, how's this 15-year-old kid fucking like doing this to them? But the point that I kicked, I was like 10 out directly in front, and it was it was like a slight breeze, and I'm like, yeah, no, I've got this in the fucking bag. It was dead straight. I was dead in line with the post, and that's where I fucking kicked it. I hit the post straight.
Lucky.
And I'm like, yeah, look, I shouldn't be fucking doing that. But then I got an opportunity, like not even 2 minutes later. The exact same thing happened. Took a mark. They're like, you're going to miss this. You're going to shank this. And I remember as soon as I kicked it, we were already up by like 3 goals at this point. I kicked it, and I'm just shouting, come on. I already knew we had that fucking won by that point. So that was good. But yeah, the first season. But when I played Eltham, I wasn't getting babysat. Absolutely not. No, that wasn't.
You were doing the babysitting.
No, fuck no. I was just being me.
Oh God! So you probably got bashed.
Oh yeah, look, I did run my mouth a couple of times. I remember my opponent and it was for no fucking reason. He was just talking. And I'm like, mate, shut the fuck up. I've kicked 4 on you, and like you should be embarrassed. I said something like that. I remember there was another game. We got belted by 98 points, and I remember I was, pushing, shoving my opponent, and he's just whacked me in the gut. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's gone down forward because I've just gone over because he whacked me pretty hard. I've gone down. I'm like, oh, that tickled. And he's gone down, taken mark and kicked the guy. I'm like, you fucking cunt. Then another one, as forwards here, you get told to play in front?
I couldn't tell you. I was always a defender.
But as a forward, right, you get told to play in front. And my opponent kept on fucking elbowing me in the back and kept on pulling me behind him. And it's like, I put up with it for a little bit, but then one elbow really got me in the back right in the middle and it fucking killed. So I've just kind of slung him to the ground and I just had a gutful. And it started a bit of a brawl. And again, did a lot of chirping for a guy whose team was getting beaten by probably like 70 points. And another game, I remember I laid a good bump. It was in the first quarter. I laid a nice bump, like a nice shepherd, but I don't think my opponent appreciated it because I was just jogging along, because it was in our forward pocket stoppage. And the next thing I know, the guy's fucking decked me from behind. He fucking came up to me and charged me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It must have been a really good shepherd. I mean, he gets up and wanted.
I'm like, I really did it. Like when I have the chance to do one, I tend to. I was like, I want to make it like.
I want to make him feel it.
I wanted to make it, seem like it. I actually did something in the game, and so I laid one.
Make a lasting impression on that opponent.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he didn't appreciate that too much because he came up behind me and fucking shoved me. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It was not fucking nice. Surely you've got a good story where you've been fucking decked from behind, like where you did something and then.
No, nothing like that. But I remember playing school footy one year. We were playing against. I don't remember who exactly we were playing, but someone that I played cricket with. We were playing against them, and then I got the ball in the wing, and I got rid of it, I think. Yeah, I got the ball in the wing and then I ran for a bit and then I got rid of it. And he just fucking dumped me. I knew the guy and he just fucking he got me as I was kicking it and then just fucking dumped me.
Did you guys start?
No, I think I got a free kick for it.
Did you give him a bit of cop that, mate?
No, I was a bit like, wow, what the fuck just happened?
Say, I don't really. The only time I was like, what the fuck was when kind of honestly, it was probably when I was going through a really bad point where I was just kicking point after point after point, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of a particular incident where it may have been when we were playing fucking. Actually, no, I told you. I'm pretty sure I told you where it was my second game for Berwick Springs, like proper game. I got the ball and I've kicked it, but then some big fat bloke, he was much taller, much fucking bigger than me. Have you seen Nick?
Yeah.
Like, he's about probably if you add like half a Nick onto Nick, that was the size of the guy. And he's just come in and gone fucking whack. And I've gone, what the fuck? And I've looked at him, he's looked at me, he's like, come on, get up, big boy. And I'm like, fuck. It was fucking weird. And like our guys at Berwick Springs, they like to get themselves into a few of my teammates there, they like to get into a few fights. So any chance they could deck somebody, they
took it.
Did they take it? You wouldn't fucking hear the end of it at the quarter time break, half time, 3/4 time, and fucking full time. Oh yeah, I got this guy real good. And it's like, why do you insist on trying to hurt people like that? But look, that's enough of memory lane, because like we all know, look, memory lane's good. I love this.
You're gonna run out of memory lane stuff eventually.
No, I won't. Mark my words, I will never run out of memory lane stuff. Never.
Bullshit.
Never.
I give you a couple months. You'll start repeating stuff.
You won't fucking remember though.
You're not wrong. But we might have people that are paying attention by then and they'll remember.
Well, yeah, let's hope by that point we do. Which, no, that's not hope. Hope is not a good word. Let's get rid of the word hope, because that at the moment that is negative. That will happen. in a couple of months' time. That's probably not going to be good for me because then I will get called out for repeating myself. But you know what? At least it shows that
Accountability is good.
yeah, exactly right. Accountability. That's what we need. And well, speaking of, well, I can't really say accountability, but boy, oh boy, you know my hatred towards, well, Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia.
Philadelphia in general.
Yeah, just think they're a bunch of flogs.
Well, you'll be happy today. They lost to Boston.
I know, and I saw what happened, what could have been. And I was sitting, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I couldn't stop laughing. It was generally the funniest thing that I've seen. Seeing all the sad faces of the Philadelphia 76ers fans, it's like, no, it's okay. Maybe if you weren't such fucking flogs, maybe I'd actually like you, but I don't. So maybe they'll fucking climb the, poles in the city. I don't know. Like, that's what they did when they lost the Super Bowl? They destroyed everything in the city. So
Raw rage, grr.
When they made the Super Bowl, they did that. It's like, so you destroy shit regardless. Oh, Philadelphia fans destroy City from making Super Bowl. Well, I hate to see what they do when they lose it. Oh shit.
Happy destruction noises, sad destruction noises.
I feel like the sad destruction would cause a lot more damage.
I don't know. I imagine so.
What do you mean you imagine so?
I don't know. People can get really destructive when they're happy.
Yeah, well, especially fucking Philly fans. They'll root each other in the bathroom of the stadium. We've seen that happen at the Eagles before. That's what they did. And they got caught too. They got caught.
Oh, no. That would have been embarrassing.
Not just fucking embarrassing. I'd be like, yeah, look, I want to flee to a different country. Like, I don't want to fucking put up with this shit. But imagine getting caught having a root in the bathroom of a stadium. How fucking stupid do you have to be?
I don't think it's stupid. I think it's just thinking with the other.
At least fucking walk out of the stadium, say you're having a smoke break, and then just go in your car and do it, and then get back. But no, you did it in a bathroom.
How many people do you think drive their car to the stadium?
You'd be fucking surprised. It's the US, right? You're expecting the people over there to actually use their fucking heads? They'd rather use their fucking guns to do the talk than their fucking mouths.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now we're having to go at all Americans. God damn it. I thought we were going to go for a controversy-free episode, and then here you are.
Fucking... Oh, no, sorry.
No.
But speaking of... not controversial.
You shut your mouth. You shut your pie.
It is not controversial.
Shut up. No. Well, no.
Good old mate.
Over my dead body. Not happening.
Jack Ginnivan.
Oh, fucking course. Here we go.
What the actual fuck? I have no sympathy for the bloke, right? Because, well, he was the idiot that allowed himself to get, well, first of all, fucking caught. And then second of all, he allowed the fucking video to get published and recorded. It's like, how fucking brain dead can you be? The one thing I will say that he did, though, he did it a lot better than what Bailey... I better be careful. Bailey Smith. I was about to say.
I was like, where are we going with this, Lockie?
He did it a lot better. He went to his club, apologized for it, didn't try to hide it like Smith did. Like, we can all say that it allegedly he tried to hide it. Fucking bullshit. He tried to hide it, and he was only sorry because he got caught with it. Let's make that fucking clear. You can fit the pieces together. He was sorry when he got caught. Right? Like, you fit the pieces together. That's what happened. I know it's going to hurt fucking sensitive people, but that is...
Did Ginnivan tell Collingwood before it went public?
He might have.
Is it just that he took better steps after it went public?
He took better steps.
Because you could also say there's an element of he's only taking these steps and being sorry because he got caught too.
Exactly right. But I don't recall him blaming mental health for that, though. He blamed his actions. He didn't blame mental health like Smith did, which is what inevitably pretty much ensured him that he wasn't going to get like a year's worth of suspension, because that what Smith did and how he went about it was worse than how Ginnivan went about it. Let's make one thing clear. Bailey Smith did not address the leadership group when it went public. Ginnivan did. He addressed the leadership group at Collingwood. That's a tick, I believe. Addressing the leaders of the club. Bailey Smith couldn't do that. I keep fucking almost flipping out Sniff. I don't know why.
Because you've been calling him that for fucking ever since.
Do you blame me though? I can see in your fucking face that you don't blame me and you just don't want to say it. Exactly. But I just think, look, amongst everything, right? Because obviously he's done it. He's been caught. You'd hope that's the fucking last time. But let's be honest. All athletes do it. All athletes do it.
There's a large percentage of people who aren't athletes that do it as well.
But the athletes are the one. But there are some athletes, Smith and Ginnivan, that get caught. They are the stupid ones to get caught.
Shane Mumford, Harley Bennell,
Carmichael Hunt, Ben Cousins. Wait, he didn't. That's right. No, he didn't get caught. Like he didn't get videoed with it.
I was going to say he ended up in jail.
Who's another player that I'm trying to think of?
Jack Watts.
Honestly, though, what he did though, and what he did it on, I don't fucking blame him. No, I'm joking. I don't mean that. That was bad. That's setting a bad example for younger AFL footballers and wannabe AFL footballers. Bad example by Jack Watts.
Why is it just younger AFL footballers? Younger people.
Oh yeah, younger people too. Don't sniff it.
Just don't say. Oh my god! Don't fucking say what he did. Jesus.
Don't snort stuff on a woman's body part. There you go, because that's what he did. That's not as bad as I was up here. I'll tell you what I was gonna say.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, look, it's better than what Ginnivan did it on. Didn't he do it on a fucking toilet seat?
I don't know. I don't really care. He's a Collingwood player.
Who's another player that got caught? Or I was gonna say Acker, but no, he was just more the shit that he said that got him in trouble.
Just because like Acker looked like he did it doesn't mean he actually did it. Okay, fuck off.
Jake Carlisle, actually, he got caught.
When he was at St Kilda?
When he got traded, he was before the entire year suspension. He got 2 games suspension.
So he got an extra 2 games on top of the 1 year.
No, they got rid of that suspension. So that was quite funny. Actually, no, sorry, no, this is not a funny joke. We should never ever. That's the one thing I hold myself to. I will never ever get myself involved with that stuff. Ginnivan, Bailey, Smith.
You really have to think about it, don't you? Jeez.
Yes, because I keep fucking saying Sniff. I'm so used to calling him that.
You're not a very good professional, are you, Lockie?
Well, look, I'm pretty sure there are some professionals that fucking say it, but keep it to themselves.
Yeah, but they know how to not say it on fucking camera, huh?
You know what? That's because they're too fucking scared and fucking bitchy. I'm not.
Oh, you're saying I'm too scared and bitchy. Is that it, huh?
Maybe a little bit scared about what people are going to say about you. Yes. I'm fucking not. People already think I'm a cunt anyway. I may as well just fucking stick with that.
You're going to embrace it, are you?
I have to. I'm not going to fucking change the opinion of what people have of me already. What's the fucking point? Exactly. There is no point. Fucking people think I'm a cunt without fucking realizing that they haven't actually met me. So it's like, okay, fine. Fucking I'll live with that. But yeah, so bloody Guinea. He should not be doing any more sniffy.
Was it sniffy, 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 or snorty, snorty, snorty?
Sorry. No, he shouldn't be doing guinea, guinea, guinea. Shouldn't be doing any more snorty, snorty, snorty. Whereas Bailey Sniff shouldn't be doing any more sniffy, sniffy, sniffy.
You've done it again.
And Jack Watts shouldn't be doing that stuff either. But yeah, but look, it is a big issue. Like I remember when one of my school friends told me that when Kevin Durant, when he was walking out of a car, he got caught with, I don't know what it was, like weed, and he had to stand on it to like hide it. I don't know if that was it
I have
or
no idea. I've never heard that before.
or
Doesn't mean it didn't happen, but I never heard that.
well, a lot of the athletes over there fucking smoke that shit, so they're just
Yeah.
they're just smart enough. I don't know how, but they're smart enough not to get caught sometimes. Bit surprising. AFL players, I mean, there's a few there that you think they're not smart enough. We've mentioned two of them already. We're not saying be sneaky. We're saying just don't fucking do it and there won't be an issue.
Yeah. But if you are going to do it, be sneaky.
No, don't do that. Don't listen to you. You fucking have a go at me. Don't do this, don't do that. Fucking be sneaky about it. Wait, so you're saying that?
Yeah, because people are going to watch to this point of the episode. We've already been going for an hour. If they're at this point in the episode, good luck to them. They can rip me in the comments all they want.
See, you don't seem very hopeful. You got to believe. Believe like me. Remember, I don't want to have to.
You know what? In 5 years' time, someone's going to come back and watch this and go, "Oh, Liam, that was really dumb."
You know, I fucking will.
In 5 years' time, you're going to remember.
I feel like you're questioning me, and I know you're fucking
I am questioning you. I don't believe you. You won't do it.
I will fucking do it. You got to have the hope. Like, I don't want to have to say on air why you want certain things of this.
What?
I will say what.
They're not going to watch this point, so they're never going to hear it anyway.
Oh, I was going to tell them why you want to get to a certain amount of subscribers on YouTube.
What? So I could finally make some money back off this dumpster fire?
Oh, you did not just say that.
Oh, I fucking did, mate. The amount of money I've sunk into this bloody thing, I need something back.
Actually, you know what? That is a very good point. So on that note, and we are going to obviously say goodbye. We hope, no, not hope. We know you'll get to this point. So we hope.
Bullshit.
You're going to have fucking hope.
If anyone does get to this point,
if anybody gets,
you know congrats, what?
When you get to this point, let me know and say, I got to the point, I got to the end, and laugh at Liam. So, and don't forget, whether or not you listen to us on Spotify or watch us on YouTube, keep sticking with whatever routine you have with associating yourself with their podcast.
We don't even have a routine for posting. How are they going to have a routine for listening?
We post when we upload an episode.
Yes, but I haven't posted on a consistent day for like 2 weeks running yet.
We'll get to that point. You know what? I am Lachlan Turner.
I'm Liam McDonald.
And we're going to say goodbye.
Toodles.